some ideas on how to adapt when chaos strikes. JohnR.
Yeah. That's the ordeal.
So, Davey, we got a problem. We got a major problem. These valves don't fit. We need 1/2-inch threads. We have 3/4-inch threads here. There's no possible way for me to make this work with these parts. How many of those are there? This is the conversation I had yesterday on the phone with the engineer, design engineer of this project I'm building. I had an opportunity that some people have taken where something was wrong. I could yell at him, I could scream at him, I'd be so angry, and damn it, dude, you messed us up. That's one type and one expression of anger I've dealt with in the past. I've been in that guy's shoes before. And it is one of the least productive and most toxic ways you can react to a situation when things go wrong. A little bit of background, I'm a mechanical engineer, a fabrication and welding degree. I also own a general contracting company. I have these different skill sets that I've built up by piecing stuff together. Right now I'm working on a project where it's adult Legos. Contraption from this wall to the board, 8 feet high, only about 32 inches deep. And in that, I'm combining 10,000 pieces between nuts and bolts and screws and pressure tanks and relief valves and stainless steel piping. Basically, if you've been in a brewery before, imagine a brewery on a small scale. Miniature brewery for testing this fancy product that I can't reveal. I'm having put together this model based on an AutoCAD design. Anybody here know what AutoCAD is? So it's a 3-dimensional modeling software where you can kind of piece together a whole bunch of different parts, and they should all fit together just right. Now you have real world versus the digital world. And we found that while I'm going through this model, because they haven't printed me out sheets, because it's changed 10 times since I started. And that's okay, I'm getting paid hourly, I don't care. Keep changing it, it's all good. So they haven't been able to iterate properly with it. And the parts that they're pulling in offline are not matching up with the size of what they are with their specifications. So they order 10,000 parts. They all come in, and I'm taking them all apart, taking them out of the packaging, placing them in a semi-semblance of order before I attach them to this assembly. If one part is wrong, the whole assembly doesn't work. If 500 parts are wrong, it makes it very hard to put together a complex jigsaw puzzle. So I'm a little frustrated, but I've been there. Talk back and forth with them, talk with a couple other folks that are sourcing materials. I'm like, okay, I need this here, this here, this here. How fast can we get it? This has been a continual process for the last 3 months. I'm just figuring out how I can get the right pieces and the right parts, because we keep finding ones that are wrong. Adapt and overcome. Now, you can do that sort of by the yelling method when things go wrong. You can scream at people, you can shout at them, and they'll do it, but they'll do it begrudgingly. They're going to hold on to that because you're being a toxic asshole to them. It's not cool. Instead, you can be like, hey, we're coming across a problem. We need to find a solution. This is my issue. I have a 1/4-inch higher piece than is in your model. I'm constrained here and here. Imagine trying to fit a door that's 7 feet tall into an opening that's 6 feet tall. That won't work. That's kind of what I'm running into on a smaller scale. So I'm talking to this guy, and he's like, you're so kind about this. Thank you. I'm like, hey, stuff happens. It's okay. It's part of what we do here. And I'm talking to him in every call I have with him, every email I have with him. I'm like, thanks for your support with this. Thanks for figuring out a way. Thanks for adjusting this. Those little words of affirmation, those typed words of affirmation, or yeah, type those elements are encouraging him to do better. And multiple calls now that we've had, every time our interaction gets better. I've never met this guy. He lives in Wisconsin. Never met the person. I've seen him once on a Zoom call, face to face, as I'm showing him the issues throughout the project. Digital technology is great in some ways. He is panicking to try to get this thing done on time. He has other folks that are pushing to get this project done. They're using that yelling method out. And I'm using to talk to him calmly and ask for solutions better. I think I'm getting more results. I know I'm getting more results. And he's having fun doing it. We're laughing at that. Hey, guess what? Chaos again. My challenge to you is, if you're going across something, come across something like this in life, when something goes wrong, you have the power to control your own reaction. You have the power to lash out at somebody or to be kind to them. You can be assertive and still be kind. Because you need this part and you need it as fast as possible. You can either scream at them to get it there, or you can just ask them, hey, what's the earliest we can get there? Can you rush ship it? It's an extra $20 to ship it? Do it. We need this done. Those elements are huge. Now, I've had the opportunity to lead a lot of people, and I've had the opportunity to follow a lot of people. The people I love to follow, they use that second method. They use the calm and collected way. Now, internally, you may be raging a little bit, but if you can kind of just relax a little bit, laugh about the situation, and be kind to the person, I find that you're kinder to yourself too. The voice you start to use for other people can sometimes turn in the same way in your own head. That's what I'm trying to work on. So my challenge to you is, next time you're in a stressful situation, where chaos strikes, something goes wrong, take a second, be kind to that person.